Hey everybody, it's your boy WeezyFMamba and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's agenda, we are once again going to update and let you know the absolute best survivor builds for each survivor, all 18 survivors in Evil Dead the game. That is the plan. We are going to go ahead and get started because it is going to be a long video. I've recently done these, however, we have discovered some new information by chance of us testing and getting information from other streamers and other players. Um, Testing has always been a big part of how we make these builds and the skill trees, etc. Also, the um, the tier list. So what's going to happen here is I'm actually going to go in order. So this is going to be a hidden tier list episode as well. We're going to go over once again every survivor's best build that you can use, and the tier list, my personal opinion tier list of who is the best and who is the worst survivor and who fills out the middle of the pack. So let's go ahead and get started right here. All right, so I have cleared out everything. I've done these builds so many times that I have memorized how these are built, and a lot of them are very similar as far as, you know, for each class. Some are slightly different, but these are going to be just the better overall builds, plus with the tier lists you guys are going to see. Okay, demons will be in the next video as well, so this is just a survivor video for now, and then we will do all 5 demons on the next video. Make sure to check out the channel and hit that like and subscribe button for me, please, as it helps out immensely. Let's get to it. The absolute best survivor in this game, hands down, is Hunter Ash. It used to be Scotty. I have said it for so long, but Hunter Ash is a nightmare to deal with, and he is an absolute blast to play with. As you already know, I am a Prestige 5 Hunter Ash. If you have seen me live on Twitch, you have seen me absolutely clapping cheeks with this build. Hundreds of headshots every game, 100k plus damage, 100 plus kills. It is a nightmare for demons out there right now, and this is the way to do it. So what I'm going to do, since I am Prestige 5, I'm going to go ahead and make sure to get you guys the Prestige 0 build, and then how to build it through Prestige 5, and then vice versa. Even though I'm not Prestige 5 and all the other all the other survivors, I'm going to do the same way. I'm going to tell you what points to put in. So the first 25 points, obviously with Hunter Ash, the long shot, we're just going to throw in 2 or 1 for now, and then we're going to fill out, because this is where it kind of gets a little iffy for Prestige 0 people. We want high damage, don't care about Ball and his fear looping ability. Again, hunters are meant to do damage. This will be your best build. 4 points in hollow points, we already know that, Dale. 1 point in maximum stamina. The reason why is because maximum stamina for 5, you don't need it on hunters. It's a trap perk. People think, oh, hunters need more stamina. They don't, though. Their stamina pool is absolutely massive, so you don't have to worry about it. Artful Dodger is an absolute must. This is where it comes out 3 of 3, because the 35% stamina cost reduction gives you the ability for 5 uninterrupted dodges from a full stamina bar. Deadly up close, Hunter Ash uses a shotgun most of the time. Most of the combat in this game is up close enough, such as on blue objectives, especially the book phase. Deadly up close is an absolute must, 3 of 3. Last chance, once again, last bullet in a gun. Hunters really need to utilize the double barrel, the boomstick, the revolver, and the blunderbuss. This is why this perk will work on everybody. Okay, on all 4 hunters. This is going to be essentially the same build for each hunter. So we'll get breezing through, but we're going to kind of bounce around, like I said, for the tier list. This is your best survivor in the game, hands down. Okay, so first thing, we're going to go ahead and fill out stopping power, because balance bar damage is way more important than dismemberment damage. Only 1 in firm grip, because again, recoil reduction. only matters in this game on the submachine gun, and nobody uses it. So, not necessary to lower your recoil in a third-person shooter. You know what I mean? Headshot damage, obviously, Wig Splitter is a must, 404, no problem. Now, you have one extra point here for Hunter Ash when it comes to being a Prestige 0. So that is when you'll go back to long shot, throw it in, call it good. This is your best Prestige 0 Hunter Ash build for high damage, high risk, high reward. In other words, just manage your fear. Make sure that you're running the right comp, stick with your teammates, your fear goes down or stays down quicker, stays down more, and goes down faster. Okay? Now, Prestige 1, okay, this is where it gets interesting. Prestige 1, I'm literally throwing one more in long shot. We're going this bad boy to 3 of 4. This is where it stops here. And then Prestige 2, and then 3, 4, 5 are deadly from a distance. Unfortunately, Quicker Picker Upper is a burn perk, but we want to have maximum damage from distance and from range. Sorry, up close and from range. So this is why I've always run this particular build for the highest damage output that you could possibly imagine. Let's go ahead and save this, and then I'm going to show you a screenshot of my last Hunter Ash game that I just had with this particular build. If you guys want to take a peek, there is your 104 basic unit kills, 5 elites, 2 bosses, 122k damage, 127 headshots, and that was with a white revolver and a blue blunderbuss. Didn't even have anything specifically special. This is just the ultimate clap. I have multiple screenshots as of late with this particular build. I'm not going to do this with any other survivor, but I just want you to see the absolute shredding of this Hunter Ash build with the headshots. I am on console controller. It is pretty insane. Okay, so definitely the best survivor in the game for you right there, and that is the best build. Once again, here it is. Go ahead. And that is a Prestige 5 build. The rest are going to be Prestige 1 builds for the hunters, but we're moving in order of the best survivors. So the second best survivor in this game is Scotty, Prestige 5. We're once again going to show you how to build a Prestige 0 Scotty and then 1 through 5. Okay, so Scotty utilizes the best weapon in the game, which is the Lumberjack Axe, and that goes for any weapon. That could be for warriors, hunters, leaders, supports. It doesn't matter. Pick up a Lumberjack Axe if you find one. So last word, absolutely 3 of 3. Artful Dodger must be 3 of 3 on every single warrior class because it is a 35% stamina cost reduction. It gives you that third dodge after the correct timing, which is an absolute must considering the stamina pool of warriors sucks ass. So, okay. Melee, obviously this is a melee class, so we're going full 404 and Devastating Force. Come down here, tougher than hell, 3 of 3. You are up in the fight. You are always going to be taking damage. You want to take the least amount of damage that you can, so damage reduction is huge. We go 1 of 3 on fighting shape. These are burn perks. These are, on paper they look cool, but it's pretty much just so situational. We don't even fuck with these. This is just so we can get to stunning strikes, which again increases the balance bar damage from your heavy melee attacks. If you are using light attacks with Scotty, you are doing it wrong. You must be doing heavy attacks. The reason why is because of this. Collateral damage. Heavy melee attacks inflict additional damage to nearby enemies. Once again, you must be doing heavies always with Scotty. Okay? So 3 of 3 in stunning strikes. We're going to come back up here after we get done with this part. So 1 of 3 in one-handed weapon mastery, because again, we are looking for a two-handed weapon at all times. Whether that be the Lumberjack Axe, or if you get particularly unlucky, a sledgehammer or a sword would suffice. Two-handed, 3 of 3, absolutely. You already know that. We are going to go ahead and go 1 here, 1 here, and then 2 here. And here is where it gets interesting. Of course, 10% is not 15%, but we want to have the best particular build for a Prestige 1 Scotty or Prestige 0 Scotty. This is going to be your best build. Okay? So, the 26 point Prestige 1 max out heavy hitter. Make sure you get that heavy damage melee attacks. Prestige 2 and 3, we're going to go ahead and max out Seeing Stars. Okay? Prestige 4, we're going to go ahead and put into Blunt Force Trauma, just in case you get screwed over and cannot find a particular lumberjack axe and you are forced to use a sledgehammer or something. Just again, high damage, because Industrial Strength is the last perk. It is a burn perk. Okay, this is a burn. 10% is all you need in the Industrial Strength. The more you put in, the more it's harder for your supports to heal you as a warrior. This is where I just completely max out all damage. Now, if you are like, I'm never picking up a blunt weapon, it's only going to be sharp, you can go ahead and take this out and go 2 of 4 here. And I think that's what I'll probably end up doing. You know what? You're right. 5% more balance bar damage is not worth losing 5% more health. So let's just go 2-4 here, guys. It's always been that, you know, that particular argument. Is it worth 5% more blunt damage or 5% more health? I'm always going to find an axe when I play Scotty. Everybody at least knows axes are fucking a plethora right now, so super easy to kind of get into that. Go 2 of 4 with Industrial Strength. Now, the third best survivor in this game, third best, okay, is going to go ahead and be a toss-up. There's always that argument of, is it Leader Ash, is it Ruby, or is it Support Ash? For me, particularly, it's going to be Support Ash, the best support in the game, bar none. And this is a Prestige 3. I just hit Prestige 3 thanks to the double XP weekend event that is going on right now. Just in case you don't know, there is a double experience event going on from now until July 6th, 2023. So, let's go ahead and start. Again, I only have 27 points, so the first 25 will be your P0, and then I'll kind of fill everything out for you. Champs Plus is a must. 4 of 4 as a support. Come down to First Aid, put 1 in. Deep Pockets is a must. 2 of 2. Colas are more important than amulets, and I'm going to go ahead and explain everything about this, why. I don't go Deep Pocket amulets on any of my supports anymore, simply because it requires a burn perk for the battery. And how much do amulets actually work? With the sheer amount of you just holding them, when everybody else can hold 3 as well, 4 is quite enough for all supports to run. So that is why I do that. Now, here's the main difference between the builds from the last video. After extensive testing and realizing that 5% doesn't mean shit when it comes to putting extra points in these perks, unless you max it completely out. As you can see, 10, 15, 20, and then a 10, right? So from 10 to 30, that's big. You're looking at only 1 in Artful Dodger. It is not required for you to have 2. Why? Because when you do 3 of 3 pink fucks in your supports, they get 3 dodges no matter what, even at 15%. The 20% is a literal trap perk. Never noticed until yesterday, but it is a trap perk. Don't need it. You still get 3 dodges regardless, and 5% wasn't that much to begin with. Okay? So, we're going to go ahead and continue and build the best for your Support Ash build. Once again, we utilize heavy attacks with him. Why? Because successful heavy melee attacks partially restore health for you and nearby teammates. As you can see, it is quite the restoration. It's very good and required. Keep going here. Now, it does stack with Last Word, which is why we just burn perk here for it now, stopping power. I go 3 of 3 in Last Word. The reason being is because when you hit that final hit, you are doing not only 50% more damage, but you are that is applying to the health that you hit it with as well. So if you can master the art of dodging and hit a final Last Word while using heavy attacks, you are good to go. Trust. We're going to be up in here quite a bit. Okay. So we always want to have the best possible, outcome when it comes to the particular health. Okay. So here's this. Considering we are always going to be meleeing and up in the fight, we really want to have the best possible damage and reduction. Okay. Now, I have 5 points remaining. Okay, which means I have 3 points that I can spend for Prestige 0. And what that will look like is going to go ahead and be Shem's Cola and 2 in First Aid. This is your best Prestige 0. It's the Portash build. Prestige 1 and 2, I have maxed out my balance bar damage from ranged weapons. Okay, Prestige 3, 4, and 5. Once I get those points, I will go into hollow points, and we're going to call it good. Again, I don't really care about a 10% industrial. This is going to be your best particular build, especially if you are good with ranged weapons as well. Okay, so this is how I have it at the moment, and I still think this is the best way for you to be able to run this. Yeah, there you go. Okay. Especially when you have the ability to heal all the time. Excuse me. Okay, it's gonna be a long one. But we're getting through it. The third or the fourth best survivor in this game, and everybody that I've said so far is the S tier, as long as you would kind of call it that. The fourth best survivor in this game is definitely Leader Ash. Again, specifically with the meta that's currently going on with Bill and Fear, it is an absolute must that you have a Leader Ash on your team at all times. I particularly think he is still better than Ruby, even though Ruby is extremely busted with the right hands. This is a better solo queue experience, in my opinion. So as far as leaders go, super easy. Let's go ahead and throw 1 in Great Influence, and then we'll kind of come back. How this works is leaders really depend on the aura. And again, it's a little different. With leaders getting 2 here, and with the Pink F upgrades, you do get 4 dodges as a leader, as long as you go to 2 Artful Dodgers. So this is where that kind of plays into effect. 1 in Industrial Strength. And then we are going to come down and put 1 here. And then we go 1 more in Great Influence, which will unlock everything down. With Leader Ash, you are proccing your El Jefe Grande with the finisher moves. So you always want the best balance bar damage from melee and best melee damage in the game. That's why we max these out. As far as the quicker cooldown, 5% is fine, and then max out Master of Influence and Test of Time. This is where leaders thrive. Again, the aura and finishing those objectives much quicker than every other person. This is why I go this route. Remember, I do have 3 extra points in, so I need to spend 2 more real quick. And you guessed it, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so how I have it at the start of my Prestige 0 journey, this is how I had my Leader Ash build. Okay. Now, Prestige 3, 4, and 5, or I'm sorry, 2, 3, and or at this point, Prestige 1, 2, and 3, I literally max out hollow points. The reason why I'm going ranged with him as well is because he also procs El Jefe Grande with dismemberment. If you have a grenade launcher, an explosive crossbow, or a hunting rifle, or a saw gun, and you're good with that shot, that will help you out immensely on the book phase. If you can't, even if it's a submachine gun or a boomstick or something, to at least help a little on the book phase is huge, considering Leader Ash is probably the weakest on the book phase outside of when he hits Prestige 5. So this is how this current build goes. As far as the final 2 points into this particular build, again, I will be maxing out industrial strength just to get that extra oomph. Okay. There really is no other point in hoarding ammo. I could go here and I could go deep pockets ammo. I'm highly considering that, considering I've been shooting a lot more now that I have figured out how to do it on console. But I feel like maximum health might be the wave on him, but also since I am maxing out this, I might just do that as well. But that's up in the air. If you guys rather shoot a little more, if you're really good at dodging, or if you're not so good at dodging and rather have a little bit more health, I'd help you out a little bit. That's your best Leader Ash build in the game. I'm going to go ahead and take a sip of my drink. We are 20 minutes in, y'all. Hell yeah. Now, at least we kind of have the same builds for the rest of the point out. We have kind of done one of each, and now we're going into the fifth best survivor in the game, and that is going to be your good friend Ruby. Ruby. Once again, pretty easy with her, but there is a little bit different build with her, and I'm going to show you why. We're going to go ahead and kind of breeze through this now that we have officially gotten to the point. And I only have a Prestige 1. So here's your best Prestige 0 build with Ruby. Okay? Again, you don't need to go 4-4 with Great Influence. You're more than welcome to if you'd like to have a little bit extra range. You're going to be really close to your teammates on those blue objectives. Plus, Great Influence is kind of worthless on the book phase because you guys are all within 26 feet of each other on that book. So it really only affects the start of the game. This is why I risk not having that extra, 16 feet to max it out. The reason why I go 3 of 3 industrial strength with Ruby immediately is the simple fact she is the only survivor in this game that cannot apply amulets. So she has a little bit less ways of staying healed. So I'm going to go ahead and max out her health immediately, 20% more than what she starts off with. Prestige 1, I went ahead and put everything into balance bar. And then Prestige 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm going to max out hollow points. Simple as that. She doesn't really require the deep pockets ammo. So this is where I'm kind of going in here. The next 4 points are just going to go into hollow points, and she's built perfectly. Once again, leader builds are very simple to make and to maintain for me. Okay, so that's 5. Number 6, S tier, and this is where the S tier will stop. After this, the rest will kind of fall down into A and below. Annie is definitely the 6th best survivor in the game, in my opinion. Once again, leaders coming in clutch with the standard leader build. However, Annie is a little different. She mainly focuses on ranged weaponry and balance bar damage. So this is where we're going to go stopping power, hollow points, wig splitter with Annie. We're also going to go deep pockets because she needs to hold an extra 15 because she's technically a mini hunter. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4 in Master of Influence. Okay. And then for the time being, because I don't have any other, in fact, I'm sorry, I took one out here. Let me see here. What's the best way? Balance bar from damage. Right, this is it. So, balance bar for melee attacks, because again, she does have that balance bar perk that is ridiculous. It kind of is based around that. The last 4 points are going to go into fast forward, and she's completely built perfectly. Just make sure you're running a blunderbuss or a revolver with Annie, and a sledgehammer or a mace of some sort, anything with a high balance bar output, and you're good to go. This is the God Prestige 1 build. If you're wanting to Prestige 0 build Annie, once again, just take 1 out of Seeing Stars and run this. And then when you hit Prestige 1, make sure you throw that right in to max out her balance bar damage with melee. Pretty simple. The last 4 points will make it into test of time, or I'm sorry, fast forward for her. That is your S tier, in my opinion, of the first 6 survivors. I think I did 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. From here on out, it gets to whatever your guys' opinion is, really, until the very end, because we do have the 2 worst survivors in the game as well. What's next on the list for me is definitely going to be David. Supports, again, are very simple. You always do Shems Plus, 1 in Artful Dodger. Don't forget, you don't need to do more than 1. Okay? I am completely getting rid of Shems, or I'm sorry, Deep Pocket Amulets on every survivor. It's not necessary. So this is what I do. I'm pretty sure this is it right here. Okay, here's your Prestige 1 build with David. What I do, and the reason why supports get the range buff is because 3 points is 25% on ranged. As far as Prestige 1, 2, and 3, what I will do for, or I'm sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5. Think of it this way. With David, it's a little bit easier because he is running those. I will do first aid at first here. Prestige 2, I will max out first aid. Prestige 3 and 4 will be Wig Splitter. And Prestige 5, I'll throw in a Pack and Pop or something. Again, it's not really a different story than most supports. So this is how my... I'm sorry, this is how, right here, this is how my David currently starts. We do want to start with an extra Shems Cola in the map. I heavily focus range damage with David, not simply because he has a mastery weapon of the nail gun, because that thing sucks. Just simply I feel more comfortable shooting now than I ever have. Okay. As far as the next on the list, I feel like Mia needs to come in if it wasn't ball time. So we're kind of going to round out the hunters here. An A tier hunter is definitely going to be Amanda. Her ability is ridiculously good against most demons. Yeah. So 2 and 4 in long shot. Once again, 4 in hollow points, 3 in stopping power, 1 in firm grip, 4 in wig splitter, 1 in staying power, 3 in artful dodger, 3 deadly up close, 4 in last chance, and then prestige 1 you will run here, prestige 2, 3, 4, and 5 you will run 1 in quicker picker upper and 3 in deadly from a distance. It's the exact same build as the Hunter Ash build that I already showed you, and that will actually coincide with the rest of the hunters as well. So if you're here just for hunter builds, those will be the exact same builds with every hunter. Hunters don't change much, and neither do warriors. So this is where we're going to come into play again. An S tier, we're going, or A tier again. We got to throw in Cheryl. She is very, very good, even though she's super boring. But with Cheryl, we kind of rounded out immediately, considering we don't really care about much other than stopping power and something like this, because I'm not going to be shooting a lot with Cheryl. For some reason, I don't mess with that with her. I will go stopping power balance bar damage, but for the time being, This is how I run. Okay. And then you will see come the prestige 2, 3, and 4, I will throw in right here into hollow points. And then prestige 5, I will probably throw one more in industrial strength. Let me go look at this David build again, because I feel like it's supposed to be very similar, if I remember correctly. And I'm not sure. Right. Yeah. There it is. Okay. I made it backwards, so I'm sorry if you guys have made it this far. I do these on the fly. I don't pre-record or anything. This is all winging it at this point. I'm trying to remember the builds that I've had for 40 or for 30 plus people, 25 plus survivors. Sorry, characters in this game. It's actually 23 total, 23 characters. So this is how I run David. The last prestige 2, 3, 4 will be hollow points. Prestige 5 will run into industrial strength. That's how I run David. Okay. You need that extra little oomph outside of support Ash, because he's always going to heal off rip with the heavy attacks and shots. He's got multiple ways to heal, unlike all the other supports. Okay. So the Cheryl build, once again, for you guys, is right here. Alrighty. Up next is going to be Warrior Ash. I think he is still a staple in the community, regardless of his mastery being absolute garbage. Nobody uses the chainsaw anymore. It's literally there just in case I can't find an axe. But his build and the rest of the warrior builds are going to be super easy. So again, it's very similar to Scotty. Just have to make sure that you have enough points for this. Okay. So again, with Scotty, or with all warriors, we want to be doing heavy swings with the lumberjack axe at all times, right? So this is where you will have the best particular prestige 0 build right here. Once you hit prestige 1, make sure to throw that into heavy hitter. Prestige 2, 3, and 4, you are going to run seeing stars, and then prestige 4 and 5 industrial strength times 2. Super easy. I'm going to start breezing through these, as you guys already know, with that particular. I think the last of the A tier is going to be Kelly. Her bleed effect, her having a really nice mastery weapon with the meat hammer, her ability of being able to dodge and like crazy, is super nice and super helpful in a lot of things, but it's mainly her bleed damage counter shot. This thing is absolutely bonkers. However, once again, the builds are very easy to remember with hunters. Here is your prestige 0 build with Kelly, and your prestige 1 build with Kelly. Prestige 2 will be quicker picker upper. Prestige 3, 4, and 5 will be deadly from a distance. Again, all hunter builds are the exact same, because you only need to use them for high damage, and whatever ability they have is going to help them out elsewhere. The rest of the survivors will now be put into B and below. B tier, the best B tier for sure is going to be Mia, in my opinion. Even though she is a liability right now with ball out and about, she still has the heaviest, highest damage output as far as running a lumberjack axe. So again, you just want to make sure that this is your particular build. To start, prestige 0, prestige 1 you will throw into heavy hitter. Prestige 2 and 3 you will max out seeing stars, and prestige 4 and 5 put 2 in industrial strength, and you're good to go. That is the Mia build. Next is going to be Brock Williams. This son of a bitch is a pain in my ass, but this is one leader that is a little different than everybody else. Again, go to a 4. We're gonna go 1 here. Okay. Sorry, 2 in Artful Dodger, 1 industrial for now, 1 in cardio for now. That way we can continue to move on up to the right side. You want to max out that melee damage, and then this is where the problem lies. Currently, at this final moment, Brock Williams is bugged with Master of Influence. It doesn't work. It stays the exact same, no matter how many points you put in. So right at this point, we're burning a perk with Master of Influence just so we can get to fast forward 4-4. And then we'll put 1 point in stopping power and 4 points into hollow points. This is your Prestige 0 Brock build. At the moment, unfortunately, he doesn't have any other option for it being a little better. Okay? Because of Master of Influence being busted. So what I do is I take this point and I just go down and put it in stopping power. We'll get an extra 5% range damage. Once you hit Prestige 2 and 3, just go ahead and max out Industrial Strength. And Prestige 4 and 5, go Deep Pockets ammo. That way you can go ahead and have a little bit of extra ammo for yourself and for your teammates. Until they fix Master of Influence on Brock, that's how the build will stay. Once that is fixed, I will remove the second stopping power point and both deep pocket ammo points and put them into Master of Influence, and that is all you need. Okay. B tier, the last B tier will be Henry the Red. And again, as far as warriors go, he's definitely the worst warrior. He is definitely still the most annoying to deal with. As far as just him constantly iframing and the ability to have survivability, you know what I mean? That's where it kind of plays into effect. However, with my particular way of going about things with Henry is, especially when I'm playing Demon, is it's while he's annoying as fuck to deal with constantly and his reses and this and that, eventually he won't do the damage output that you need to do. Henry still has that ability for sure to do that, but Scotty and Mia are just better options at this point for you. But if you prefer the cosplay of Henry the Red or his ability to kind of troll, this is the best way to do it. Best Prestige 0 build right here. Best Prestige 1 build, just throw it again. Once again, is Stunning Strikes. Prestige 2 and 3 in Seeing Stars. Prestige 4 and 5 in Industrial Strength. You don't need any other build on a warrior. Don't let people fool you with Reinforced Amulet. It is a burn perk. It is a trap perk. 100%. Okay? Now we're getting into the C tier, and we're immediately going to go ahead and fill out the leaders with Lord Arthur. Some people might hate this and put him in B tier, but I still think he's the weakest leader out of the bunch. However, once again, we still have that option to go from there. And this is how this is going to work. With Lord Arthur, it's about damn time with running a last word combination on a leader. We don't have any except for him. This is where it kind of plays into effect. The last hit of your combo causes increased damage, but it also causes other shit to help out with melee attacks, increased damage. So last word plus when you have his aura rocking, and then when you have the Weapon Master Sword and Fuel the Fire, Lord's Wrath, it is insane to run last word on this build. It is super necessary. Master of Influence all the way, and then as far as your Prestige 0 build, this is going to be your best bet. Go ahead and throw 3 out of 4 and fast forward. Not a problem if needed else. Prestige 1, finish maxing out fast forward. Prestige 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go 1 here in stopping power. Okay. And then 3 points in hollow points. And that is how I will run him. In fact, at some point, once I get these and these here, I might even just pull out that maximum health, just because I would rather have 10% more damage with my weapon than just 15. But I'm pretty sure that this is all you really need. 1 point in stopping power for Prestige 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go ahead and put it in 15%. That's how I'm going to run Lord Arthur, and again, that's where he kind of sits at in C tier. There's much better options for warrior or for leaders. That's how it goes. The worst hunter in the game is Ed Getley, even though there is never a bad hunter because they are just stupid fucking broken with this particular build. Once again, nothing changes. You just run the same build every time. This is your best Prestige 0 Ed Getley build. Prestige 1, long shot. Prestige 2, quicker pricker upper. Prestige 3, 4, and 5, deadly from a distance. Same build, same channel. Okay. C tier, and then that's it. We have one final last two. Pablo is going to be your second worst support, second worst survivor in the game. But he still is very viable in the right hands. Shout out to Nabets for life. That man is a legendary Pablo. Okay. So first aid, once again, nothing's gonna change here. With Pablo. All right. So that's how I run it. Just like this. Okay. Once I hit Prestige 1, I will throw in the point for Industrial Strength. Prestige 2, 3, and 4 will go into hollow points. And Prestige 5, I will throw in the extra 15%. Simple. I don't need to run deep ammo pocket amulets with him, especially with him, considering he gets to hold 7 regardless because of his extra amulet stuff. Skill tree. Perks. And the worst and final survivor of the game is going to be the blacksmith, and this is the trickiest build to make, in my opinion. I know I'm all over the place, guys, and I'm sorry if you guys want to pause and I'm talking fast, but this is how it is. With blacksmith, it's tricky because I just kind of need to build him as a warrior that can hold 6 shemps, right? So I don't really fuck with much else other than the damage. You need 1 in Artful Dodger, and then I always shoot for a 2-handed weapon or just better. Okay, so sledgehammer, or lumberjack axe with blacksmith. So I go 3 of 3 here. I then will go down here and fill out the colas. That way I can unlock last word and go over to tougher than hell, max out melee damage and heavy hitter, because I will be doing heavy swings at all times. I then come back and look, well, shit, look at this. 2 of 4, 1 of 3. I don't have anything else. He has a massive health pool for a support, so he gets an extra 400 health. So I don't really mess with industrial strength at the start. I will go here first, and remember, I have all the points in the world. So I have this maxed out last word. Again, combinations with last word are huge, especially somebody that can output heavy damage melee. As far as Prestige 1, I will add into Shem's Plus. I'm sorry, not Shem's Plus. I will go Industrial here. Prestige 2 and 3 will be Shem's Cola, Shem's Plus to max out 4/4. Okay, and then Prestige 4 and 5. So look, Prestige 1, Prestige 2, Prestige 3, Prestige 4 and 5. I will throw into Seeing Stars, just to give me a little bit extra balance bar damage from melee attacks when I already have the balance bar damage from the other ones. Okay? That's how you build Blacksmith. That is the tier list. Once again, I'm going to quickly go S tier for you guys. Is definitely going to be Hunter Ash, Warrior Ash, Hunter Ash, Scotty, Support Ash, Leader Ash, Ruby, Annie. That is your best S tier survivors in the game. A tier, we went with David, Amanda, Cheryl, Warrior Ash, and Kelly. Okay. B tier, you're looking at Mia, Barack, Henry, and I think all hunters deserve B tier at this point, so we'll even throw Ed in as a B. Middle of the pack, once again, is going to be stuck with Lord Arthur, pretty much all by himself, lonesome at that point. You know what? Let's throw Pablo in because Pablo is still way better than Blacksmith. So here's your C tier, and then your D tier for finale will be Blacksmith. Okay, so that is the final updated survivor tier list / build list that we're probably ever going to have for this game. We don't see any future content being added later. As far as Texas Chainsaw right around the corner, this game's severe imbalance towards survivors. I just don't know if we have the motivation after this. I wanted to get one more update in for you guys, considering the previous video had some false information as far as, you know, especially Artful Dodger on supports. We've kind of figured out that was not necessary to go to. So I wanted to have the best updated, you know, July 1st fucking builds for you. You know what I mean? So that will help out immensely. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comment section if you guys agree with my tier list. If you run builds differently, I am all open for interpretation. Once again, this is not a debate or you have to use these builds. This is just how I play, and I am a high-level survivor and demon player. Speaking of demons, we will be doing the demon video right after this. So if you guys are watching this and want to know about the demon games as well, or demon builds as well, you go ahead and check out the next video. They'll be in order. And I am super excited. Once again, if you are enjoying the content, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And of course, don't forget to catch me live on Twitch 4 times a week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. I do morning shift on Tuesday, Wednesdays, evening shift Fridays and Sundays. I appreciate the love and support. And yeah, we will see you guys on Twitch. Catch you later. Peace.